Hello, everyone. So today, we're going to take a look at not one, not two, not even three, but four of the Studio Series 86 Constructicons. So we're going to take a look together at all four of these because I've already done a video on Scrapper and Bone Crusher way back when I started posting videos. So I haven't done one for Hook and Longhaul, so I'm going to do a consolidated one with all of them in it. So now, let's start with the order of when they were released. So let's start with Hook and Longhaul. So I'm basically going to run by their reviews, and then I'll show you guys their transformation as well later. And then 2 or 3 days from the after I post this video, I'm going to post how to transform them from their vehicle mode to their respective parts to form Devastator. And I'll also show you how to combine him to Devastator. And of course, I'll also do a review on Devastator himself. I've been saying Devastator a lot. I'm sorry. So let's start with Hook. So I'll show you a picture of Hook right here. So what I love about this guy is he resembles the G1 look very much. So he looks so much alike that G1 picture that I'm showing you. So the face sculpt or the head sculpt is really on point. The chest piece, including the crotch piece, are purple, and the legs are a silver or gray. The arms are pretty much accurate as well with the wheels. The only difference on the chest area is the Decepticon logo, which is a bit small here on the lower part of the entire chest, while on the G1 design, it's right at this center. So the head sculpt is again pretty amazing. This shoulder pads here are quite accurate as well. Like everything about him, even this tiny green paint on his neck area. So what's also amazing is his gun is also quite accurate. So everything about this guy, in at least from the front, is amazing because I can't find like a photo of him of his G1 design that's facing backwards. So yeah, but everything looks awesome. It looks modernized. So the details are all there. Like the G1 design is pretty smooth because it's back in the 80s or 90s. But this one it has all the detailings there, but not much, but they have detailing, so which is really nice. So now let's look at Longhaul. So I'll be posting a picture of Longhaul here as well. Now the main difference is his, what do you call this, his length. Because on the G1 design, he is pretty much, he looks tall, and this Constructicon Longhaul looks wide. He looks really girthy, and yeah, among the other Constructicons, he looks like the powerhouse and like the muscle guy because it's really wide compared to, as you can see on the three of them. Between all these four, he is the widest among them, and they are pretty much the same, like build in the body. So yeah, that's the main difference that you'll obviously see, but everything else is pretty accurate. This part right here, the head sculpt, is really accurate. This part here as well, which eventually would connect a Longhaul to Hook when they combine to form Devastator. The arms are black. The entire upper torso and lower torso are green. I really love that the design here on the ties are the same. The paint, the two purple small circles and the red part here, they just put some detailing there to like some mechanical detailing, which I really love. Even the legs, like everything looks pretty much the same. Again, at the back, but at the back, Longhaul is pretty clean. I love this about him. To be honest, this is probably one of my favorite among the six because he feels really good to touch. Like, unlike the others, yeah. Plus the fact that he's really girthy, as I've said. And then his weapon is accurate, except for the fact that this one somehow is painted green. I really don't understand why it's painted green. I think it's something to do with putting it on the left foot of Devastator. I think I saw it on one of the videos I've watched. Not sure. But anyway, again, another really good representation of the G1 design. Now, the next one is going to be Mixmaster, which I've been saying it all throughout this video so far. Aesthetically, from the front, he looks exactly like the G1 design. The green feet, like the green and purple on his legs, are separated right on the knees, and it's exactly that. They designed him exactly that way. The arms are green, like the entire chest or upper torso is purple. His head sculpt is really amazing, and I like this part here, which is really accurate to the G1 design. Although it looks like he has like a, I don't know what you call this in English, but it's like an umbrella of sorts. We have this in the Philippines, like a one-man umbrella where they wear it on the head directly. So it's kind of the same as this. So I really like that about him. And then the design again is pretty accurate to the G1 design or G1 picture that I'm showing you guys. The red part here, of course, with mechanical detailing in this Studio Series figure. The two circles and the square right here and the little dot there. It's so accurate. Even the positioning of the Decepticon logo here is accurate. And even these two rectangles on the side of his crotch piece, really accurate. Again, I've been saying accurate like probably more than 10 times already, but that's how much I like these guys. At least these three. They really look like their G1 counterparts. And of course, the gun. Again, the gun looks really awesome. It looks really much the same as his gun right here. And then, oops. Not sure if I'm really going quickly here, but next. Oh, sorry. For Mixmaster, I also like his back. Pretty clean despite this, but I'm pretty sure he has that on his G1 design. So anyway, let's go to Scavenger. So I'll put up a photo of Scavenger here again. And again, pretty accurate to his G1 design. The head sculpt looks amazing. This silver part right on the middle is awesome as well. The Decepticon logo is a bit misplaced here. I think it should have been here on this area instead of this, but completely fine. The upper body is really accurate to what it looks like in G1, although there are some gaps here. I'm really not a fan of these gaps. Like you can see the joints there. Although it is kind of unavoidable, unlike the G1 design, it's all green upstairs on the upper body. But from the torso down, everything is this purple color, which is really, really good and accurate. And one thing I noticed with Scavenger, for some reason, his hands are painted like, instead of the plastic that they used here on almost all of them, except for Longhaul, because he has black hands. Like, Mixmaster's hands are not painted. Like, they use the same color of plastic. Same with Hook. For some reason, Scavenger's hands are painted. I have no idea why. But anyway, his gun is also pretty accurate to the G1 gun that he has. The one thing that I notice here is this part. Like, is this the hole or the back hole? Not sure what it's called. Is pointing downwards on the photo that I showed you, but here it's pretty much cramped like this, which I kind of like. And then in terms of like overall, this guy is one of my least favorite among the 6. So yeah, that is a quick rundown of the 4. Now let's take a look at their individual articulation. So again, we'll start with Hook. So his head can tilt sideways, can kind of look up and down. The shoulder pads can move up so that you can freely move the shoulders. And they can move all the way there. There is a bicep swivel. Elbow joint. By the way, his elbow looks really weird because it's not in the middle. I'm not a fan of that. Unfortunately, no wrist articulation and no waist articulation, mainly because of his combiner transformation. Not sure what it's called. But anyway, his legs can kick sidewards that far, kick forwards this far, and backwards that far. There is a thigh swivel, knee bend, and of course, ankle pivot. Now let's look at Longhaul's articulation. So the head can move slightly up and down and sideways, of course. Shoulders can move the full 360. Can move sideways that far. And there is an extra joint here because of transformation. There is an elbow or bicep swivel because of the ball joint. Sorry. Elbows can move that far. And unfortunately, again, no wrist articulation and no waist articulation. For the legs, they can kick sidewards that far, kick forwards this far, backwards this far. Knee bend can bend just that much because of the wheels. Now for the leg or the feet, they can pivot. Now let's look at Mixmaster's articulation. His head can move sideways. I just can't properly show it because I have to put my big fat fingers here. But he can move his head sideways, just like that. Not sure if you can tilt it up and down. Yeah, you can a little bit. Anyway, shoulders can move the full 360. Can move sideways that far. There is a bicep swivel. Elbow joint that far. And again, no wrist swivel. No waist swivel as well. I think that's very consistent with all of the Constructicons. The legs can kick sidewards pretty far, which is really cool. Forwards this far, and backwards pretty much the same. Now there is a thigh swivel, knee bend, and ankle pivot. Now lastly, Scavenger. His head can move slightly up and down because of transformation, can move sideways. Shoulders can move the full 360. The can move sideways that far, and the elbow is on a ball joint again, so it can swivel and it can bend that way. Again, no wrist articulation for Scavenger and no waist articulation. For the legs, they can kick sidewards that far, forwards that far, and backwards pretty much farther than that. And then thigh swivel, knee bend, yes, 90 degrees, and then of course there is an ankle pivot. So as a general size comparison, here are Scrapper and Bone Crusher, all of the Constructicons now together. They are mainly composed of 3 deluxe sized figures and 3 Voyager class figures, and this is how they size up with the SS86 Optimus Prime, with the SS86 Starscream, and the SS86 Bumblebee. Unfortunately, I don't have the SS86 Megatron yet, but once I do a review on that, I'll include the entire Constructicon crew on the size comparisons. Now let's take a look at their individual alt modes. But as a generic or as a general praise to all of their alt modes, the alt modes of all the Constructicons, including Scrapper and Bone Crusher, are pretty accurate to their G1 counterpart. So let's start with this time with Scavenger. I'll show you a picture of Scavenger in his G1 alt mode, and it's pretty accurate. I mean, there's nothing left to say except on the picture. There's like a triangle and a port right here, but it's not on the G1 design or the not the G1, the Studio Series one. But everything else looks the same. The only difference is again the Decepticon logo. The Decepticon logo is on the roof here instead of here. But aside from that, this is a very faithful representation. Now next, let us do Mixmaster. So Mixmaster's alt mode, again, I'll show you a picture here. It is, again, pretty accurate to the G1 design. I can't see any flaws on this, to be honest. Even down to the semicircle here, it's pretty accurate. The color of the mixer itself is purple. Everything else, I just love everything. This part is the only thing that's different. It's colored green here. It's purple on the photo, but everything else is the same. Even the Decepticon logo is accurate on this one, like the placing of it. So, no complaints. Again, structure-wise, the alt modes of the Constructicons are pretty amazing. Now, the next one will be Longhaul. So I'll show you guys a picture of Longhaul here as well in his alt mode. Now, the only difference is, of course, the alt mode on the G1 has like this part is completely caved in because it's supposed to carry like sand and gravel and stuff. Not sure what it's called, I'm sorry. But here, you cannot put anything there except on top of it. And then this part is really, everything is the same. Like this part, and even the Decepticon logo, the two lights, the grills here, and even the small purple part there. Like in the middle here, there's a purple part on the picture. We also have a purple part there. I'm sorry, I keep saying the word part. But again, very accurate representation of their G1 design. And then lastly, but of course, definitely not least, we have Hook. And then I'll show you a picture again of Hook here in his G1 model. Again, everything is pretty much the same. There are two, like, I don't know if these are called cockpits, but two parts here where drivers are supposed to be. This one is the control. This is where the controls for the Hook is, and this is the driver of the entire vehicle. Everything is smooth except for this one. This is purple on the Studio Series part. The G1 design is pretty much all green on the main body. The Decepticon logo here is accurate as well. The design is kind of different though, because this part where the Decepticon logo is on the Studio Series is supposed to be like one big rectangular part or slant there, but again, all of them are faithful representations of their G1 counterparts. Now, I won't do any size comparisons with other Studio Series figures. I'll just show you how they look like with, of course, Bone Crusher and Scrapper. Now here we have all 6 Constructicons in their respective alt modes, and they all look amazing together. They pretty much scale well with each other, except I guess Longhaul. I believe Longhaul should be like a really massive truck, but everything else scales really well. And I mean, with each other, they really look awesome. Like, I love their color, first off. Their color really matches each other. And yeah, there's really nothing else to say in terms of their size comparisons or their scaling and their alt mode, except the fact that they are all awesome. So yeah. So my final thoughts on the Studio Series Constructicons Hook and Long Haul, Mixmaster, and Scavenger. So overall, aesthetically, they are really good representations of their G1 designs. Robot mode, alt mode are really amazing and really spot on. The only issue I have with, oh, excuse me, with the Constructicons in general, including Scrapper and Bone Crusher, are their lack of wrist and waist articulation. Like, they are lacking in the articulation department, but their transformation is pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and it turns them into their alt modes perfectly. I think each one of their alt modes are amazing, even Scavenger and Bone Crusher, despite them lacking the wheels, but they are pretty awesome. And on my next video, I will show you guys how to combine them, which is really an amazing process, and I would love to share it with you guys. So definitely a must buy to collect all six of them, not all four, all six of the Constructicons, because they turn out to be a really amazing Devastator, which I'll show on my next video, which I hope you guys would watch. So yeah, comment down below if you guys like the video, like it as well, and please subscribe to my channel. If you guys have any suggestions, just please let me know on the comments. So thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.